You know that friend who's always talking about what they're going to do? The one who announces every diet, every business idea, every new chapter of their life. Yeah, they never actually do any of it. And here's the scary part. You might be that person too. I've spent decades studying why people fail, and I discovered something that shocked me. The moment you tell someone your goal, your brain thinks you've already achieved it. You get the reward without doing the work. Today I want to show you why the most successful people on earth stay completely silent until they win. This changes everything. Let me tell you about the most embarrassing night of my life. I was at a dinner party, glass of wine in hand, telling everyone about this incredible book I was writing. I described the chapters, the research, the big ideas that would change how people communicate. People were nodding, impressed. I felt like a best-selling author already. You know what happened over the next 6 months? Nothing. Not a single page written. That book collected dust while I collected compliments. That night taught me something brutal about human nature. I had traded the work for the applause. My brain got its reward, so my hands stopped moving. The recognition I craved, I got it for free without earning a damn thing. Here's what nobody tells you about success. Talking about your goals isn't just unhelpful, it's actively destroying your chances of achieving them. Every announcement is a withdrawal from your motivation bank. Every share is a leak in your fuel tank. The people who actually build empires, transform their bodies, write the books, they're silent, completely silent. Let me show you exactly why this happens and how to use it to your advantage. Picture this scene for me. Monday morning, you wake up with fire in your chest. Something clicked over the weekend. Maybe you've decided to finally start that business. Maybe you're going to lose the weight, write the book, learn the skill. You can already see the finish line. You're buzzing with possibility. So what's the first thing you do? You grab your phone, you text your best friend, you post something on social media, maybe a subtle hint, maybe a full announcement. Big changes coming. New chapter unlocked. This time's different. The likes start rolling in. The comments flood your notifications. So proud of you. You've got this. Can't wait to see what happens. And you feel incredible. Validated. Seem like someone who does big things. Here's what just happened inside your brain. And I need you to understand this because it explains every abandoned goal you've ever had. When you announced that goal and people acknowledged it, your brain released dopamine. That's your reward chemical. The same stuff that fires when you actually accomplish something. Your mind registered those congratulations as progress. It felt like achievement, but you haven't achieved anything yet, have you? You just talked about achieving something, and your brain cannot tell the difference. Psychologists call this social reality. The moment your goal becomes real to other people, it becomes real to you. Even though nothing in actual reality has changed, you're still the same person in the same situation with the same amount of work ahead of you. But now you've already spent the emotional reward you were supposed to earn by doing that work. I've watched this pattern destroy people's potential for over 30 years. The talkers and the doers are almost never the same people. The ones who announce every move, they're running on empty by Wednesday. The ones who stay quiet, they're still grinding 6 months later because they haven't cashed in their motivation yet. Some of you are sitting there right now thinking about all the goals you've announced that went nowhere. The gym membership you posted about in January, the business idea you pitched at every dinner party for a year, the creative project you talked about so much that people stopped asking about it because they knew it wasn't happening. That's not a character flaw. That's not laziness. That's brain chemistry working against you because nobody taught you how this actually works. And here's the brutal truth that keeps me up at night. The more excited you are about something, the more dangerous it is to talk about it. That excitement is fuel. It's precious, limited fuel that you need to power through the hard parts, the boring middle, the setbacks, the days when you want to quit. Every time you announce that excitement to someone else and they validate it, you burn a little bit of that fuel for nothing. You're lighting money on fire and wondering why you're broke. Now let me challenge something you probably believe. You think telling people your goals creates accountability, right? That's what everyone says. I'm telling you so you can hold me accountable. Sounds logical. Sounds mature. It's almost always a lie we tell ourselves. Be honest for a second. When you share a goal, are you looking for someone to hold your feet to the fire? Someone who will call you out, check your progress, ask uncomfortable questions? Or are you looking for someone to be impressed, to validate your ambition, to make you feel like the kind of person who does big things 90% of the time. We're chasing applause disguised as accountability. And that distinction makes all the difference. Real accountability is uncomfortable. It's someone texting you at 6 a.m. asking if you did your workout. It's a friend looking at your actual numbers, your actual output, your actual progress, not just nodding along to your plans. Real accountability feels like pressure because it is pressure. Applause feels good. That's how you know it's not accountability. If telling someone your goal makes you feel supported and validated and excited, you just bought a ticket to nowhere. You got the good feelings first. Now you have nothing to chase. Here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. I stopped thinking of myself as someone who's going to do things and started thinking of myself as someone who's doing things right now in silence. Without anyone watching or caring or cheering me on, let me tell you about my marathon disaster. First time I decided to run one, I did everything wrong, told my wife, told my friends, posted about it, bought all the gear, talked about my training schedule like I was already an athlete. You know what I actually did? Ran for about 2 weeks and quit. The story I was telling felt so real that the work didn't seem necessary anymore. 2 years later, I tried again. This time I told absolutely no one, not a soul. I just started running in the mornings, early, dark, cold mornings. No posts, no updates, no announcements. Just me on the road and the work. 6 months later, I crossed that finish line and the look on people's faces when I showed them the medal. That shock, that genuine surprise was worth more than every premature congratulation I'd ever chased before. I want you to start chasing that shocked reaction instead of the supportive one. The wet. When did you do this? Instead of the good luck, you've got this. One comes after proof. The other comes before it. And only one of them actually means anything. Think about the most successful people you personally know. Not celebrities, real people in your actual life who've built something, achieved something, transformed themselves. How did you find out about their success? I bet they didn't tell you beforehand. I bet you just noticed one day. The weight was gone. The business was running. The book was published. You had no idea it was even happening. That's what real success looks like. It doesn't announce itself. It arrives. Let's get specific about how you actually do this, because understanding the problem isn't enough. You need a system. First thing, create what I call a results only policy for yourself. Before you share anything about a goal or project, ask one simple question. Is this a move or result? A move is something you're planning, starting, or working on. A result is something you've actually accomplished, finished, or moves stay private. Results go public. That's it. That simple filter will transform how you operate. Don't say, I'm starting a business. Say nothing. Build the business. Make your first sale. Then share. Just made my first sale. That's a result. That's worth talking about. Don't say, I'm writing a book. Say nothing. Write the book. Finish the manuscript, then share. Just finished my book. See the difference? One makes you feel good now. The other makes you feel proud later. Second thing, find one person, and I mean one person for real accountability. This isn't about having no support at all. Sometimes you need someone in your corner, but choose carefully. One person who will actually push you, question you, hold you to your word, not your whole friend group, not your social media following. One human being who cares more about your success than your feelings. And pick someone who won't just cheer you on. You need someone who asks hard questions. Did you actually do it this week? What got in the way? What's your plan to fix that? You don't need a cheerleader. You need someone who makes you slightly uncomfortable. That discomfort means it's working. Third thing, learn to love the silence. This is harder than it sounds. We're wired for social validation. Every single one of us, we want to be seen, known, recognized for what we're working toward. But there's power in being invisible. When nobody knows what you're building, you're completely free. Free from expectations, free from the pressure of public commitment, free to fail and adjust and try again without anyone watching or judging. That freedom is where real growth happens. Think of it this way. Announcing your goals is like performing on a stage with all the lights on. Everyone watching, every mistake visible, pressure crushing you from all sides. Working in silence is like a private rehearsal room. You can be terrible. You can experiment. You can figure things out without anyone forming opinions about your process. Fourth thing, redirect the urge to announce. You're going to feel that pull, that excitement that wants to become words. Instead of fighting it, redirect it. Every time you want to tell someone about a goal, write it down in a private journal, just for you. Date it. Get the thought out of your head that satisfies the urge. But don't give yourself the social reward. The only way you get that reward now is by achieving the thing and showing people proof. Fifth thing, watch your own tells. After studying body language for decades, I can spot someone about to announce something before they open their mouth. They lean forward, eyes widen, voice gets excited, whole body prepares for the applause. Pay attention to that feeling in yourself. That rising excitement, that urge to share, notice it. Recognize what's actually happening. You're about to spend fuel you need for the work. Take that energy, that excitement, that urge to announce and pour it into action instead. I'm not going to pretend this is easy. If staying silent was natural, everyone would do it. But we live in a world built on announcing. Social media rewards declaration over completion. Everyone's posting their day ones, their fresh starts, their big plans. You'll scroll through hundreds of announcements, watch the likes pour in for people who've done nothing yet, and wonder if you're missing something by staying quiet. You're not missing anything. You're gaining everything. The applause those people are getting is empty. It's based on potential, not proof. And here's what you won't see. Most of them will quietly abandon those announced goals within weeks. They'll never post about the failure. They'll just move on and announce something new and start the cycle again. A friend of mine sold his company for millions a few years back. I asked him when he first told people he was building it. He laughed and said, about a week before we closed the deal. A week. He'd been working on that company for 7 years. 7 years of silent building, and he waited until it was essentially done before he said a word. I asked him if he was ever tempted to talk about it. Every single day, he told me. But I knew that if I started talking, I'd stop building. The talking feels like building, but it's not. It's the opposite. I want you to remember that when this gets hard. The talking feels like building, but it's not. The opposite, actually. Every word spent on announcing is a brick you didn't lay on the actual structure. Every post about your goals is energy that didn't go into achieving them. Some days you'll feel invisible. You'll watch people get celebrated for intentions while you're grinding away on actual work with no recognition at all. That's the price. And it's worth paying because what you're building is real. What they're building is a story that makes them feel good temporarily. The feeling passes, the work remains. So here's where we land. You understand the trap now. You know why announcing feels productive but isn't. You know your brain tricks you into thinking talking equals progress. You know the most successful people stay silent until they have something real to show. Knowledge isn't enough though. Plenty of people will hear this, nod along, agree completely, and then post about their goals tomorrow morning. Don't be that person. Make a decision right now, a private decision, a commitment to yourself that no one else needs to know about. From today forward, you announce results, not moves. Imagine your life 6 months from now if you actually stick to this. You're not the person who talks about getting fit. You're the one who shows up looking completely different, and everyone wants to know how. You're not the person who announces the business idea at every gathering. You're the one who quietly built something that actually makes money. You're not the person who posts about the book you're writing. You're the one who hands someone a finished copy. That's a different kind of person entirely. A person whose word means something because it comes with proof. A person who doesn't need to announce anything because results speak louder than intentions ever could. Next time you feel that urge to share your plans, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself one question. Would I rather feel good right now or feel proud later? That's really the choice. Temporary validation today or lasting achievement tomorrow. Applause for potential or respect for results. The people who actually change their lives all choose the same answer. Stay quiet. Build in silence. Let them wonder what you're working on. And then one day when it's done, when it's real, when it's undeniable, let the results speak for themselves. Don't announce your moves, announce your results. Now close this video and go be silent. Build something worth talking about.